Okay, guys, my goodness, a lot of work here. Let's see. Negative 7 halves x minus 7 plus 4/5 x equals negative 3x minus 1. Multiply by 10. And we're going to get negative 35x minus 70 plus 8x equals negative 30x minus 10. Let's go. What is this? Negative 27x minus 70 equals negative 30x minus 10. Let's go plus 30 x's plus 70 plus 70 plus 30. We got 3 x's equal 60. Divided by 3. X's equal 20s. Okay. This one, when you multiply these two, you can go like this would cancel this out and make it a 2. So we would go negative 9 halves plus 4 x equals negative 1 minus 6 twelfths, which is 1/2 x minus 6. 18 divided by 3. Okay. Let's multiply everything by 2, so negative 9x plus 8 equals negative 2 minus x minus 12. Negative 9x plus 8 equals negative 14 minus x. Let's go plus 14 plus 14 plus 9x plus 9x. And we got 22 equals 8 x's divided by 8. X equals 11/4. Okay. This one, I'm going to need my calculator. Here we go. 0.8. 0.8 times negative 0.9 is negative 0.72. This is 0.72 plus 0.64 equals negative x minus 7 minus 3. So let's see. There's an x here. Negative 0.72x plus 0.64 equals negative 1x minus 10. So let's add an x over here, add 1x over here. Let's minus 0.64 over here, minus 0.64. So we've got negative 10.64 equals negative 72 plus 1. So 1 minus 0.72. 1 minus 0.72 equals 0.28, and it's positive, so 0.28x divided by 0.28. X equals, and I think it's going to be negative 38. Okay, this last one, cross multiply. 3 times x minus 2 equals 9 times x minus 4. Let's go, 3x minus 6 equals 9x minus 36. Let's minus 3x plus 36 plus 36. 6 x's equal 30s. Divided by 6. X equals 5. All right, down here, these are like two problems at the same time. Let's see. For this one, let's minus 6. So w is greater than or equal, or less than or equal to negative 4. On this side, if we divide by negative 6, we have to switch the sign. So w is also, come on, pen. My pen is not working. W is less than 8. So if we had negative 4 and 8, these are the ones that are bigger than 8 and the ones that are less than negative 4. So this is an OR. All right, over here, this is like two problems at once. So if we divide by negative 4 on both sides, we get negative 4, switch the signs, v greater than or equal to positive 2. Let's see. Over here, 6 is less than or equal to 3x plus 9 is less than or equal to 6. Why did they use the same number? Divide by or minus 9, minus 9, minus 9. Negative 3 is less than or equal to 3x is less than or equal to negative 3. Divide by 3. So negative 1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 1, negative 1. This is weird. I don't understand this, but okay, x is less than or equal to negative 1. All right, if we plug in these ones, if we plug in 2, we get 12. If we plug in 3, we get 17. So that makes e goes up 5 every day. So this is, the function is that if you plug in x, you're going to get 5 x's. And then if you multiply by 5, I should have $10. Why do I have 12 plus 2? There's the equation in function notation. Is there any difference between y equals 5x plus 2 and f of x equals 5x plus 2? No. Just a different way to write the same thing. All right, if I plug in 4, I get 2. If I plug in 6, I get negative 2. So I lose $4 every 2 days. So that's a negative 2. So the f of x, if I plug in x, I'm going to get negative 2x. And if I multiply this by negative 2, I should have negative 8. Why do I have positive 2? It's because I added 10. Or down here, if I lose $2 every day for 12 days, I should have negative 12. Why do I only have negative 2? I added 10. All right, let's see. Graphing. All right, let's see. I'll make this a little bigger. This guy wants to start at 12, but we divide by the 4, so he starts at 3. And 3x, we're going to throw the 3 to the other side and make it negative 3, and then divide by the 4. So this is negative 3/4. So it's right there and right there. There's this guy's, no, there. There's this guy's line. Down 3/4. Okay, this one wants to start at negative 6, but we have to divide by 1, so it does start at negative 6. He wants to go over 3, but we throw it to the other side, so that's negative 3, and divide by whatever's in front of the 1, which is just 1. So this guy's slope is negative 3. So he goes down this way, or backwards, he will go this way, and they both hit right there. So they hit right here at negative 4 days, they hit at 6. Negative 4, 6. Over here, let's see. This guy wants to start at 0, but we have to divide by negative 1. That still starts at 0. We throw the x to the other side, and the slope is negative 2 divided by negative 1. This guy's slope is positive 2. Okay. There we go. Over here, this guy wants to start at 2, but we have to divide by the y's, which are 1. So yeah, he does start at 2. We throw the x to the other side, and his slope is negative 1 positive 1 divided by y's, which is 1. So this guy just has a slope of 1, and they hit right there. So that's at 2, 4. Over here, let's see. F of 2, if I plug in 2 for the f, that's 2 times 2 plus 4, which is 8. What's the g of 2? 6 times 2 minus 7, which is 5. What's the f of g of 3? Well, the g of 3 is 6 times 3 minus 7, so that's 18 minus 7, which is 11. So the f of 11 is 2 times 11 plus 4, which is 22 plus 4, which is 26. So the f of g of 3 is 26. What's the g of f of 3? What if we do it in the backwards order? Let's see. 2 times 3 plus 4 is 10. So the g of 10 is 6 times 10 minus 7, which is 60 minus 7 is 53. So the g of f of 3 equals 53. Okay, let's see. We did these in class. The basic graph for these is, right, it starts at 0, and if you go over 1, you go up 1. If you go over 2, you go up 4. And if you go over 3, you go up 9. So as far as you go over, you go up by the square. Oops. and it's symmetrical. Okay. Absolute value graphs look almost the same. We do the same thing. We start at 0, 0, but instead of going up 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, they just want to go up 1 always, and -1 this way. So it's kind of similar. Okay, if I do B, we can move the middle of the graph. This moves it over to the right 2 and up 2. So it starts there and it's the same thing. Up 1, up 4, up 1, up 4. So there's that one. This one, the absolute value would do the exact same thing. Starts there and it's just going to grow by 1s, how it grows. So very similar. Over here, what does this 2 do? It just means now it's going to grow twice as fast. So you know where it starts. This thing's going to start 1 to the right and 6 down. So it's going to start there. And now instead of growing by 1, 4, and 9, it's going to grow by 2. And then it's going to grow by 8. And then if I go over 3, it's going to grow by 18, which would be really high up there. So you could see that this thing is pretty narrow. It's growing very fast. Oops. All right, so that's because it grew twice as fast as it normally does. Same thing with the absolute value. It starts here, and now instead of growing by 1s, it's going to grow by 2s, so up 2 over 1. Twice as fast as it normally does. Same thing over here. There you go. Last one, what if you want to grow half as fast as you normally do and you're negative? So let's see, we start off at 2, positive 6, we're going to turn upside down because the negative, and we're going to grow half as fast as we. So when you go 1 away from the sides, you're not going to grow 1, you're going to grow a half. When you go 2 away from the sides, you're not going to grow 4, you're going to grow 2. When you go 3 away from the, where did that go? When you go 3 away from it, you're not going to grow 9, you're only going to grow 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. When you go 4 away from it, you're not going to grow 16, you're going to grow 8. So 8 would be there and there. So notice it's a much fatter graph. It's not growing as fast as that narrow one up there. Okay, absolute value is going to do the same thing. Start here, we're going to go upside down, and also we're going to grow half as fast. So instead of going down 1, we're going down 1/2. Down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. So they're pretty much related. These ones, hi, hello. Let's see, 9x minus 3 times 3x minus 5 equals 15. 9x minus 9x is plus 15 equals 15. 9x cancels out 9x's, so we have 15 equals 15. My letters went away. This is true. This is infinite solutions. These are actually the same lines. Over here, let's see. Okay. 3x plus 5 times 1/2 x plus 5 equals 47. Let's see. 3x plus 5/2 x plus 25 equals 47. Okay, what can I do here? All right, let's multiply everything by 2. 6x's plus 5x's plus 50 equal 94. So 11x's equal minus 50's equal 44. Divide by 11, x is equal 4's. So despite all of that, x is equal 4's. We come back over to here. Y equals 1/2 of 4 plus 5. 1/2 of 4 is 2 plus 5 is 7. The answer is 4, 7. Okay. The distance, how far is it from 5 to 7? It's 2. How far is it from 23 to 15? It is 8. 2 squared plus 8 squared equals 4 plus 64 is the square root of 68, which is like 8.2, 8.2 probably. Over here, anywhere when we see this area right here, that's a pirate square. So pi r squared. All we have to do is give this pirate square some height. And we've got the shape, so we just give it some height. Pi times the radius is 6. Twice times 4. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 times 4. 36 times 4, I should be able to do this in my head. 4, carry the 2, 144 pi. Units 3D. If I want to do this, 144 times pi is about 452.39 units. 3D. All right, let's see. Over here. Okay, this is a pirate square, right? Pirate square that we give some height to. So we give it some height, but that's too much space. So we give it some height. And then because it's too much space, we crush the bottoms and divide by 3. So let's see. Pi times 7 twice times 2 divided by 3. So it's 49 times 2 is 98 thirds. 98 thirds pi is the answer. Units 3D. If I was going to do this, let's see. 98 times pi divided by 3 equals like 102.63 units 3D. All right, over here, 12.2 means that it's 6.1. So this is a pirate square that we make 3D, and that stupid fraction 4 thirds. So this is 4 thirds times pi times 6.1 3 times. All right, I'm just gonna do 6.1. Let's do, that's not right. 6.1 times 6.1 times 6.1 times 4 times 4 thirds. It's 4 divided by 3 equals 302.64 pi. And if I multiply that by pi, it looks like about 950.76 units 3D or units 3D. All right, over here, 3x minus 2 would be right there. It goes up 3 every day. We have to be, this is greater than or equal to, so I'm gonna use the line, okay? This one starts off at 2. He goes up 1 every 3 days, so it'll be like that. Oh wait, it's just greater than, so we're using a dotted line. And we need the ones that are bigger, taller than the blue, the y's are taller than the blue line, smaller than the red line. So that's this area over here. The height, the y's are smaller. So there we go. All right, over here, can we do it in, same thing. All right, let's see. We need kings and ducks playing right now. Okay. This thing wants to start at 6, but we have to divide by the y, so it's going to start at 3. It wants to go up this, but we throw the x's to the other side and divide by it, so it's going to go down 3 over 2. Down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2. This is just, okay, think about when I throw everything across, though this is still going to be facing the y's, right? So the y's are still going to be bigger than that. So this is going to be dotted line, and we're going to have to do bigger than that because this greater sign is facing the y's. On this one, let's see. We want to start at -3, but we divide by -1, so that starts at +3. And this 2x is trying to tell us the slope, but we have to throw it to the other side and divide by -1. So the slope is +2. Okay, and it's greater than or equal to So we have to use a full-blown line. Okay, on this one, it looks like the sign is pointed away from the y, but when we divide by that -1 in front of the y, it's going to switch this way. So it's actually bigger also. So we're looking for the ones that's bigger than the red and bigger than the blue. It's right there. And to show you what I mean in like slow motion for that one, 2x minus y is greater than or equal to -3. If I was going to throw the x's across, so -y is greater than or equal to -2x's minus 3. My last step would be I have to multiply or divide by negative to get rid of the negative. And when I do that, the y is going to switch the other way. Oh, wait, it was already the other way. It was this way. It was this way. Now the y is going to switch back this way. So when you know that you see this negative sign right there, it's going to end up turning that symbol at the very end in front of the y. We'll practice that a lot. Okay, FOIL. This times this is 12x squared. We've got 18x's and we've got minus 4x's. So we still have plus 14x's. And we have 3 times -2, which is -6. So there we go. 12x squared plus 14x minus 6. This one, x plus 4 times x plus 4 equals x squared plus 8x plus 16, because this would be x plus 4 times x plus 4. I think you guys got that one. All right, let's see. Factor x. I need two numbers that multiply. So it's either going to be 12 times 1, 6 times 2, or 4 times 3. They need to add up to 8, so it's going to be the 6 and the 2, and they're both positive. B, let's see. I've got 36 and 1. I've got, what do I have? 18 and 2, 9 and 4, 12 and 3, 6 and 6. Okay, notice there's no x's in the middle. Anytime there's no x's in the middle, that's because there's 0 x's. So when there's a negative, that means you're going to be x plus and minus the same number. That's how they cancel each other out. So it's going to be x plus 6 and x minus 6, because that's when you get plus 6x's and minus 6x's, so you get no x's. Let's see. Down here, we talked about if you can take a number out before, we can take a number, then take it out. X plus 5x minus 6. So then you could say this is x plus 6 times x minus 1. And there we go. Over here, we can take out a 2. So let's do a 2x squared plus, this is supposed to be x, 11x minus 26. All right, let's see. We need two numbers that multiply to 26 that can get to 11. It's going to be 2x plus 13, x minus 2. Over here, powers rules. Normal powers, normal numbers, normal division, 6. Powers, 1 less than division is subtraction, so we subtract those. 1 less than division is subtraction, so we subtract those. And this is y to the -2. This is technically the right answer, and we'll talk about this more, but you're not really supposed to put negative powers in your answer. So to get rid of that, remember how we said like 7 to the -2nd power is 1/49th, which is 1 over 7 to the 2nd power. So a negative power looks like a positive power just on the bottom. So technically the 6 and the x squared are positives. They can stay on top, but the y squared is going to end up dividing. So you can put it as a positive power on the bottom of the fraction. Over here, let's see. 2 to the 3rd power is 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 1 less than powers is multiplication, so 8x to the 12th divided by 4x to the 9th. 1 less than, or normal numbers, normal division is 2. 1 less than division is subtraction, 2x to the 3rd. C. Okay, let's see. What was I going for in here? Okay, so there's nothing we can do with plus and minus, but we do have x squareds and x squared. So if we have 3x squareds minus 2x squareds, that's just 1x squared. So yeah, there's nothing we can do with plus and minus unless they're exactly the same powers. So we have 3x squareds minus 2x squareds is just 1x squareds. So we can combine these two guys because they're the same, but we cannot combine sevenths and seconds with subtraction. There's nothing we can do. All right, and finally, write as a fraction, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Let's see, this would be, take 1 away, 72 99ths. This is 8 times 9. This is 9 times 11. This is 8 11ths. These would get hit, so 64 minus 6 and 100 minus 10. This is 58 90ths. These are both even, cut them in half. That would be 29 45ths. There's your answer. Over here, this would be, take 1 away from the 10, so this is 6 ninths. That's 2 times 3 and 3 times 3, so the 3's cancel out. This is 2/3. All right, that was a lot. Good luck with that. We will continue to go over everything. Make sure if you don't know something, you're going to have a full week to practice all of this. So come with questions. Good luck.